Good morning, campers. That was my tent spot last night, right there, that bare spot. Here at the Campbell shelter. I am not even 3/4 of a mile from MacAfee Knob, probably the most iconic, most photographed part of the AT. The other people who were here, there was another couple guys in a tent, a guy in a hammock, and I think 3 people in the shelter who came late. I was just like literally zipping up my tent for the night when a couple other people showed up. Let's see. I'm just looking for the best way to get back to the trail here. Okay, so good morning, campers. And I'm headed up to MacAfee Knob. The sun is up now. I guess the sunrise is really beautiful up there, but I didn't want to get up ridiculously early and get all packed up in the dark and hike up there. It's uphill the whole way to MacAfee Knob. And, I was told there's going to be a lot of crowd. There's always people on the weekend. If it's a nice day, going to be a nice day for the sunrise. And then it's Labor Day weekend on top of that. So I thought, someday I'll come back. My wife and I will do the Triple Crown here in Virginia, which is, 30, 40 miles, something like that. And, we can spend all the time we want. MacAfee Knob, watch the sunset from there, watch the sunrise from there. So I just want to get there, get my photo taken, and then move on. So another beautiful day. It looks like I got a big day. 17 miles today to get to the shelter I'm aiming for, which is I think it's called Pickle Hill Shelter. Anyway, 17 miles. I got the MacAfee Knob climb right now, which is what I'm doing. That's why I'm breathing hard. And then I got Cove Mountain. I got to go up that. And then that's about it as far as major climbs of the day. So feel okay. Pack's heavy. The modification I made to my mesh panel seems to be working okay. We did get Z-Packs to mail us a new one. I think they charge us $15. So I'll have my wife send that to me when it arrives, and I'll be in business. There's some other things with my pack that are starting to show their age, wear and tear. I'm a little bit worried about longevity. I've got to make it another at least 8-9 weeks probably to finish off this hike. So we'll see how I do. So I'm coming down from MacAfee Knob, and there's all these rock formations that you can kind of, walk between and through and around. I'll show you here. A couple more there. Kind of cool. I'm walking by right now. So I didn't shoot any video from MacAfee Knob because there were other people up there, and there's a lot of conversations going on. And then 2 guys showed up, as you saw, with the boombox. Decided that we all needed to hear their crappy, whatever kind of music it was. And it was crappy. Crap music. And as I said, the kind of people who would blare their music like that are the kind of people with crappy taste in music. And once again, I'm proven right. Even if it was good music, it would be totally rude. You know, you came up there and played Beethoven's Ninth. I'd be like, you're rude. You know, one of my favorite compositions. All right, so I'm coming down. I got some photos up there. I bet you it's spectacular in the sunrise because the sunrise is right behind it. I think the sunrise would be better than the sunset because the sunset would be the other way. And I guess you could get some photos of people from the other way, but not as good, not as iconic. So anyway, I'll be back up here one day when I do the Triple Crown. Today I got a big day, still got 16 miles at least, and that includes a Dragon's Tooth, which is a steep climb up, and Cove Mountain too. But overall, not a tremendous amount of elevation gain. So I think if I just plug away, I should be in good shape to get to the shelter between 5 and 6. Well, just passed another person going up to MacAfee Knob, playing music. You know, I guess it should surprise you that day hikers seem to be the ones who would do that, although I have seen section hikers and through hikers who play music as well, so shame on everyone who does that. I can't remember if I mentioned this before, but it just happened, so I'll mention it again. When day hikers pass by, you can really smell their cologne, their perfume, their deodorant, even the soap, detergent, or fabric softener in their clothes, because you've been out in nature so long, your nose just gets sensitized, and you wouldn't believe it. Sometimes you almost want to gag. You're like, you got like a mouthful of perfume or cologne. It's just, so it's just weird how your senses kind of change, because you're out, you know, day after day after day, just smelling nature, and then you smell these man-made, you know, chemicals, perfumes, and whatnot. It's really noticeable. So I'm past the parking lot at the trailhead that people use to go up to MacAfee Knob. That was a madhouse. It was packed. There was even a shuttle bus, I guess, people can take to climb up MacAfee Knob. I passed a lot of people going the other direction. I'm glad I got up there when I did. And I didn't dilly-dally too much this morning. I was up there 7:45, and I left there 10 after 8 or so. Man, on my way down, I must have passed at least 40 people on their way up, and about a dozen dogs, and more people on their way up when I got down to the parking lot. I should have shot some video, but I was more concerned with crossing the road there. It was a big blind curve, and cars go a little fast, and so I had to get across, and then I wanted to get out of that parking lot because people are pulling in, people are backing out. You know, it's like, it's a pretty tight spot there. So in any event, I'm glad I'm past that whole nonsense. Just crazy. It's going to be so crowded up there, all those people. It's a long hike. It's a little over 3.5 miles, mostly uphill to MacAfee Knob. So I'm going to go to a spot called, it just says Cliffs in the guide. Shouldn't be more than about another 20 minutes or so. I'm going to take a break there, my first real sit-down break. I did take a break at MacAfee Knob, of course, and had a protein bar, so I'm going to have another snack, relax for a bit, then get going. It's warmed up a bit. It's a little muggy, a little sticky, not as nice as it's been the last couple of days. I don't know if that's because there's rain coming or what. Well, this is apparently Day Hiker Central, because for the 4th time today, I passed someone playing music out loud. Unbelievable. People are just clueless. They think that, you know, either nobody else can hear their music or everyone else wants to hear their music. Or I don't know what they think. Or, well, maybe they don't think. That's the problem. That's probably it. They don't think. Anyway, one of my pet peeves. Unbelievable. I stopped for water back there. My pack always feels heavier after I stop for water. I don't understand why. I have the exact same amount of water as I left with this morning. It just must mean I'm tired, you know, and starting to feel heavier. And hopefully the water sources will be more reliable. There was only one really good water source in the first 10 miles today. So I left camp with 2 liters of water. I only drank one of them, but then I just cameled up back at that water source. I only drank 1 liter because I drank a liter in camp this morning. So I'm basically on my third, well, I've drank 2.5 liters so far today. So yeah, I'm almost done with my 3rd liter. And I'll probably drink a 4th liter by the time I get to camp. It's a little muggy, not a lot of wind, kind of warm, not oppressive heat, but just sticky, yucky. Ugh. We've got about 1.8 miles to the shelter. There's a potential water source about 0.2 of a mile before the turnoff for the shelter. I'm going to try that one. It's off the trail a little bit, but not as much as the water source at the shelter is. The shelter itself is 0.3 of a mile off the trail. The water source is another 0.2 past that, and I hear it's a steep downhill. So if I can pick up water right before the turn for the shelter, then I will. Save me that walk. Today's been a tough one, I gotta say. 17 miles, which is kind of up there. I usually like the 14 to 16 mile range. So 17 was tough. On top of that, I did MacAfee Knob and Dragon's Tooth today. Dragon's Tooth was tough. That reminded me of New Hampshire and Maine. Not as long, but you know, climbing rocks and having to watch your step and, you know, use your hands a little bit. And then coming down rocky. So really slowed me down. I spent about a half an hour at both places taking photos and drinking and just cooling off a little bit and having a snack. Shelter, 1/3 mile this way. Not exactly thrilled about walking another 1/3 of a mile right now, but it is what it is. I just collected water from a ditch that is the siltiest, most sediment-filled water I've ever seen. When I back flushed my filter, it came out like chocolate milk. I'll have to do a little demonstration for you later. But at least I'm here, or close to it anyway.